This tutorial is to help students access Stemscopes. So in order to do that, students need to go in through their student portal, find the tile for student text, and click on it. From there, it will take you to a new page where you will find your student text. Find the one for the science textbook, click on the launch button. From there, it will take you to Stemscopes. Across the top are several tiles to choose from. The first one we're going to look at is the assignments tile. When you click on that one, it will take you to a page that may or may not have some assignments there for you. If a teacher has assigned something to you, it will show up on this page. And a couple of things I want you to pay attention to. If you see over here to the right, this tab comes up in orange. It means that the teacher has assigned this to you. It's new in your assignments tab. You can click to open the assignment, work on it, and you can save it and turn it back into your teacher. If you come in here and say you've been working on an assignment and you need a little bit more time, you can save it and close it, and then you'll see this little tab come up in green. Be careful though of due dates in case your teacher has a due date here. Make sure you're getting your assignments finished and turned into your teachers in time, because if there is a due date, that assignment will disappear if it's not already turned in. Now, once you have turned in assignments to your teachers, they are going to review your work, possibly give you grades, give you some feedback, and your teacher may decide that you need a little bit more time on that assignment, and they may reassign it back to you, and it will show up in this assignments tab. Across the top, you're going to get a little message in red. Do not be alarmed. It just means the teacher wants you to try this assignment again. You'll scroll down to the bottom. You're going to find this tab. This time will be in red. Click on it. Work through that assignment that your teacher wants you to work through. You're going to save it and return it into your teacher again. That's simple. Moving on to the next tab, which is learning resources. When you click in here, nothing has been specifically assigned to you. You can click on one of these tiles and work through some of these units. Or if your teacher has assigned something to you on Google Classroom and they give you a message to go navigate through Stemscopes and click on learning resources, and then to click on one of these tiles, you'll know exactly where to go. So you're either going to go to your assignments or you'll go into learning resources. While you are here and something has not been specifically asked of you to do, you can click through these and see what's available for you. This platform is set up for kindergarten all the way through 8th grade in chemistry. So some of these tabs may or may not be there for you in your grade level, or those tabs may be there but may not have something under them. That's okay. Click out of it and choose another one. Now look at this one real quick. Science Rock. These are pretty awesome. You can have a little dance party at home by clicking on some of those Science Rock videos that are on there, and you can learn all the science that you need all through songs. Pretty awesome feature. Those of you who are my little artistic geniuses, all the way up through my 8th graders and chemistry students, you can click on the science art, and there may be a project there that you can work on that help you with your science area. The one I'm going to take you into right now is reading science. So I'm going to click on that one, and it will take me into something that looks similar to this page. I've kind of separated it out to give you some more information on what to look on. So from this page, I have my reading science. At the top, you'll see where it says English or Spanish. You can toggle between the two. So if you are a Spanish-speaking student or dual language student, you can click on this one and the units of study will come up in the Spanish content. If you need it in English, it will be in the English content. You can also go back and forth and start a new page with it in the other language to either practice on your Spanish or practice on your English. Now, when I go down into these units, there are so many little picture tiles down there, and which one do I choose on? Choose to go on to. Your teacher may have told you, like for example, to navigate into learning resources, click on, for example, reading science, and then they give you a bunch of crazy numbers and letters that looks like some secret code. Let me show you what it means. I have put a ring around them in orange. The first thing you'll see is a number. That is the grade level that this unit of study would be in. For example, this one is for 5th grade. That one is 6th grade. This 912 is actually for chemistry. You'll see a K for kindergarten, 1, 2, 3, and so forth. The next one you'll see is a letter, an E, a P, or an L. The E is earth science, the P is physical science, and the L is life science. We just have separated out these units a little bit more. Then you'll see another number, and then a period, and then another number, a decimal, and another number. It just puts these in order through the units. So just scroll through till you find the one you're looking for. And there may also be a title that has been given to you that might also make it a little bit easier for you to find. So click on those tiles and it will take you right into one of the assignments. So for an example, I went back in and I chose a tile for science today, and it brings me to this page. And I'm going to read through it. If there's any videos in here, answer the questions, and then what am I going to do with it? First, always I'm going to save it. Always save, save, save before you ever leave. Maybe you want to go get a glass of water, save it before you walk away. Maybe you need to go fold the laundry, save it before you walk away. Or if you're turning it into your teacher, guess what? You're going to save it first. Then the next tab you're going to decide what to do with is you can either close it to work on it again later, or you can turn it in. If it's on the assignments page, if you close it or turn it in, that assignment will be dealt with through the assignments page. So if you just close it, it will show back up with that little green tab over on the right side. If you're doing this on the learning resources page, if you turn it in, it will just be assigned back to your teacher to go through that work. If you close it, you can come back to the learning resources page and that information will still be there of any work that you've done within that page. Just make sure first that you're what? Saving it first. All right, there's a couple of little gray boxes here I want to talk to you about and work through. The first one is the font size. This tab will play the words for you, so it's going to be reading the text for you. There's a dictionary, a highlighter, and a text box. So now I'm going to work through these to show you how each one of these little tiles will work for you. A little more information about these little tiles. This uppercase A makes your text larger. The lowercase a makes your text smaller. These buttons are for playing the text for you. So when I click on that, I get the play button. I click on the play button in that area, and it will start reading the text to me. It may not be my favorite way of having text read to me. One of the native animals found in Florida. However, it does read it to me. When I don't want this anymore, I can click up here and it will take it away. The next one is the dictionary. So there may be a word within my text that I am unsure of. I can highlight it in this little dictionary. I'll click on that. It will give me the word, the parts of speech, definition, examples. Notice there. And another play button. And so it will read the word to me.
Definition, originating in or characteristic of it.
I personally love that one because some of these science words are kind of difficult to pronounce and don't always get those right. So this would be a really big helper. Now, within my text as I'm reading, there may be some areas that I really want to bring out or to highlight. So I can click on one of these areas, like for example, the beginning of a sentence, and I can pull it down to highlight this. And then I can click on my color. Notice I chose a green. Now, as I'm reading on a little more, I see some more information that I may want, like for example, this word ecosystem. And I want that one in pink. There I am. Going down a little bit more as I'm reading, and I come across these three words, and I read them, but I'm still not really sure what they mean and how they work within a food chain or a food web. So I can click on a few of these little words here. I get this little text box that pops up. And I can either ask my teacher a question, make a statement, whatever the case may be. So here I'm going to just write a little note back to my teacher. It says, please explain more. And I can save it. And this will be here when my teacher looks at my information later as they're reading through what I had turned in. So I'm all finished reading through my text, except for down at the bottom, there are some questions that I may need to have answered. So I can answer those. I'm all done with everything. I can save my work, and then I can turn it into my teacher. My teacher then will see everything that I have left, either it's a note or anything I've highlighted. They can also return it back to you, and they can have highlights as well as text there for you as well. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next tab across the top I want to talk to you about is the Games tab. This tab has several different simulation games that you can work through. Now remember, we are a platform, kindergarten all the way through 8th grade, and chemistry. So some of these may not quite be ready for you yet, or maybe some of these are really easy if you're like one of the upper class kiddos, but you can still work through them. I'm sure you all can learn a little something from these simulation games. Try them out, and they're always here for you, so you can always come back and try them again. The last tab I want to talk to you about is the Visual Glossary. This Visual Glossary has tons of science vocabulary words. Talk about filling your vocabulary. Boy, you're going to be the top of the class. So where would you find different words? If you notice there's an alphabet across the top. If there's a word that you want to learn more about, think about what letter that word starts with. Click on that letter. For example, this one is a C. I would scroll down until I find the one that I like. Now, before I click on that tile, I again need to decide whether I want it in English or in Spanish. Here I can go back and forth either direction, but I need to choose the language that I want it in first. A couple other tiles to look at. The one down here at the bottom in green, I have visual. If you click on the visual button, it will give you the word and the definition. It will read it to you. If you choose the one that says video, it's going to give you a short little video about that vocabulary word. And it would be anywhere from like 10 seconds, possibly to like 20 seconds. Some of the words would have both. So you can get the word and definition as well as a little video to go with it. So try those out, build your science vocabulary. Your teacher will be so excited that you are working on your science skills. And guess what? Your other teachers will notice too. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. You can go back and watch this as many times as you need to. You can stop it, then go into your Stemscopes and try something out, and then come back again if you need to. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.